Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. You're going to be trouble. I know you are. And I welcome that, by the way.
Well, thank you.
That's quite an introduction, wouldn't you say? There's a bit of a backstory on this. Right around the time of the election, Mayor Joanne Yepsen and I were just talking about things that she wanted to accomplish, and one of them had to do in the area of human rights and diversity. And lo and behold, she's acted on that promise and working on putting together a task force for human rights. And she's partnered up with someone who really does know this territory, the executive director of the Schenectady County Human Rights Commission, and that's Angelicia Morris. You want me to call you Ange, I know you do, but Angelica is just too nice a name.
Thank you.
And welcome back, Mayor.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. Boy, I remember when you first mentioned this to me, and you and I share a lot of just thoughts and feelings about how important it is for a community's health to really be aware of the different cultures, be aware of the different backgrounds, be aware of the different ages, all of that, and really promote diversity.
Well, the quality of life here is so important, but safety and people feeling welcome and included is what makes our quality of life so great.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I want the Human Rights Task Force that we're forming to really represent our increased diversity that we see in our city.
Yeah, for sure. We started reporting on that this week. You're putting together a group right now, right, which will then field all of the people who are getting in touch with you to want to be part of the task force. Now, the response has been pretty big, hasn't it?
It has. People have a great interest in this, and I love this city for that reason.
Yeah.
People want to help each other. People want to show respect to one another and to help others learn how to do that too. So we're talking to the high school students and the college students and lots of different groups and individuals that have been popping up in the last few months regarding mutual respect, equality, human rights, and we're hoping that this Human Rights Task Force out of the Mayor's office will help bring everybody together to work on some common goals.
And you also decided to bring in a professional, someone who
Absolutely.
deals with this
I have a lot of
every single
resources,
day.
and Ange is one of my best.
Yeah, you met down in Albany at the governor's mansion, right?
We did.
Are you going to straighten him out or what? Do you think so? If anybody could, I think it'd be you, by the way. You have been the executive director for over 4 years now.
Yes.
I imagine you've seen it all. So when Mayor Yepsen approached you, what did you start to talk about? What's the path here?
I told her absolutely, and I remember when we met, it was a year ago at the governor's mansion. He had a private reception there, and we met and we talked, and I said, absolutely, call me whenever you need me. And then she immediately called me, and we gathered our calendars, and then we talked about partnering, collaborating, and breaking down the barriers of the invisible barriers that's between counties, Albany County, Schenectady County, Saratoga, and coming together where we formed this partnership, not only a partnership, but a friendship. Right. And we talked about addressing the issues that impacts and affects our local communities on a regular and daily basis.
If I were to say, what in your experience, what are the top 3 things that you focus on when you think of human rights and you think of, encouraging diversity and, safety for our citizens?
Each city and county, we all have we have different people in those localities,
right.
but we all have the same issues.
Yes.
And those issues that we're seeing currently and also throughout the years, talking about fair housing, right?
Yeah, right.
Talking about employment opportunities, talking about racial discrimination, talking about education rights, making sure that our kids are getting quality education. All these issues are within human rights. Talking about poverty. Poverty is plaguing the nation and also our local communities on a regular basis. Talking about food deserts. We're talking about also not only immigration rights, but also talking about religious rights.
Yes, right.
Sure. So these are the issues that right now we're talking about, but also are currently people are fearing that their rights are being taken away from them, or their rights are being threatened in fear. And as I tell people throughout my job and throughout going through the county and the region, is do not bow down to fear, but stand up in the spirit of love, because love always takes away fear.
Yeah,
and so
right.
this is what we're doing right now in the spirit of unity and love, is coming together as counties and friends and colleagues, and making sure that the community has a local body and a public servant that is doing the work of the people and not putting politics first, but people
well,
first.
Okay, boy, tell me that isn't timely. The last thing you just said. You know what? Because it affects all the things that she was talking about in terms of housing and education, whatever. But it affects the individual.
Absolutely.
Right? They're afraid. They're being bullied. You know, they're not getting a fair hearing, and as a result, you know, then that class division starts to widen. When that starts to happen, the walls go up, right, Mayor?
Exactly, and we want to build a community, not break it down.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're
Sure.
building community by bringing people together, and we have quite a diverse workforce here now too, between the backstretch and the restaurant workers, and we're a tourist destination, so we rely on a lot of workforce, but we want those workers to be assimilated into our local community and to feel welcome and to be a part of the community.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I think, you know, we wind this up with a phrase that I think is, truth is power. And the more you're able to get that message out there, and the more people in the community that want to be involved in it, the more we learn about tolerance, the more we learn about diversity. How about learning about someone else's culture and respecting their belief systems or respecting their sexual orientation? It goes right across the board. Well, it's a real pleasure to meet you, Ange.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much
Appreciate
for
it.
coming in. Mayor, great to see you as always. I really look forward to having more of these conversations as you put the task force together and start to set the agenda.
That'd be
Okay?
great. Thank you.
Great to have you in.
Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.
Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.